Alright, motherfuckers, let's get cracking on some answers. I actually have not read any of those. I was aware that they existed. I know it's soft science fiction. I know it's some kind of cyberpunk hacker type sci-fi, and the main character is named Halloween, unless I'm mistaken. I haven't read any of them. I've only read about them in passing while I was reading about Carl Sagan. I plan to get to him at some point just to see if there's anything to it.
If Dolores the baby Sasquatch showed up at your apartment, would you allow her to debigulate you and go with her to pick me up and go to Taco Bell or Arby's or the restaurant of your choice? You're not allowing multi-part questions, but if you allow a multi-part question, would you eat your burrito in 3-inch tall size or regular size?
Yes, of course I would get aboard the miniature flying saucer piloted by a baby Sasquatch. I wouldn't want to meet anybody who would say no to that question. And I will allow a multi-part question just because it's you, Mel. I've been thinking a lot about that burrito conundrum. You know, would I eat it in 3-inch tall mode or regular size? And you know, the first instinct is to say I'd eat it in 3-inch tall mode, because then it would be like I'd be eating this giant burrito. But I'd probably only be able to consume about 5% of the total burrito mass in 3-inch tall mode, and eventually I'd have to rebigulate. Now when that happens, does the burrito that I've consumed remain the same size in my stomach, or does it get proportionately larger? See, this is where burrito science gets a little bit tricky, and you know, I think there are some doors that mere mortal men simply were not meant to open. Besides the fact that I don't think the kid at the drive-thru window would accept like an 8-nanometer long 5-spot for my meal. You know, most of the Taco Bells that I've been to only accept normal-sized US currency, so I think I'd eat my burrito in normal mode. But, yeah, to answer your question, I'd love it if you and Rob came and visited me and Ocean. We can all go to Taco Bell, and then me and Rob will play guitar and smoke weed, and you and Ocean can make out, or whatever girls do when the men folk aren't around. Do girls sit around and make out with each other? Maybe that's just in my imagination. I don't know. But yeah, let's go to Taco Bell.
My question is this. Regarding homophobia, do you think that homophobia only comes from the influence of religion, you know, because it's condemned in Islam and Christianity, or do you believe that there is some kind of, you know, sociological underpinning towards it, so that it wasn't Christianity in the first place that started homophobia in Europe?
Oh, that's a damn good question. I love it when somebody actually asks an intelligent question. So basically what you're asking is, do we have organized religion to thank for homophobia? Or does that have sociological underpinnings distinct from religion? Well, the disturbing answer to that question is neither. Homophobia has biological underpinnings. There was a study conducted, I can't remember when, where, or by whom, so you may want to look this shit up. But neural imaging was used to map the brain activity of straight male subjects as they were shown samples of gay pornography. And what they found was that the area of the brain that lights up is the amygdala, which nobody has fucking heard of. It's located dead in the center of the medial temporal lobes, which are about in this area right here. So in other words, it's sitting roughly atop the medulla oblongata, smack dab in the most ancient part of the brain that is often referred to as the reptile brain. And to make a long story short, homophobia is an autonomic threat response. And since I know I just lost half my fucking audience, that means it's a reflex. It's as basic and uncontrollable as twitching your foot when a doctor taps your kneecap with a rubber mallet. Now, because I'm saying homophobia is natural, do we logically conclude, therefore, that I'm saying homosexuality is unnatural? No. Homosexuality is definitely natural. It can be found elsewhere in the animal kingdom. And furthermore, I've never really subscribed to this line of thinking that just because something's natural, it's good. Some bad natural things include poison ivy, sunburns, smallpox, death. There's a lot of natural things that I don't like. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that homophobia is natural. Before we even thought of organized religion, but before human beings invented verbal communication, well, I can't say invented, other animals do that. Before we invented the written word, we were using our amygdala and probably beating gay people to death with stone tools. So, you know, I think that there are behaviors that a civilized society will train out. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a natural urge to kill somebody. You can get natural urges to do all kinds of things. That doesn't necessarily mean that a good, morally conscious person will do those things. But to answer the question, no, we can't pin homophobia on religion. It was around long before religion. Thanks for the question, though. Actually, let me just throw in a quick little afterthought on that. Is religion responsible for homophobia? No. Is religion a justification for homophobia? Yes. Does it encourage homophobia? Yes. Is it a safe haven for homophobes and all other manner of bigoted scoundrels? Yes. So, just wanted to clear that up. Anyway. Well, I thank you for the kind words. I do like to think that I provide edutainment around here, but you know, I just do this because I'm bored. I think of YouTube as nothing more than a hobby. I'm not really trying to achieve anything, and you know, if I wasn't doing this, I would be playing Xbox or something. I don't know. Hate to disappoint you.
Hey, Fake Sagan, I got a $50 bet with a coworker that you're gonna win this boxing match against Captain Awesome. My question is, when is this shit gonna happen? I want my $50, man.
Hey, asshole, if you want something, I think you should be offering me $50. I don't give a fuck about your gambling problem. Man, fuck you. It's probably never gonna happen. All right, and talk to Captain Awesome about that. It's really not anything that I'm going to lose any sleep over.